As adversaries advance and legacy aircraft age, the fifth-generation F-35 is critical to maintaining air dominance now and for decades. Fifth-generation capability is defined by the combination of very low observable stealth, advanced sensors, information fusion and network connectivity, all packaged within a supersonic, long-range, highly maneuverable fighter. With this advanced technology, the F-35 is a multi-role fighter capable of successfully executing any mission, including new tasks not traditionally fulfilled by legacy fighters. Where fourth-generation fighters are forced to adapt to this advancing battlespace, the F-35 shifts the power dynamic and can define the battlespace our adversaries will need to adapt to. More than a fighter jet, the F-35 ability to collect, analyze and share data is a powerful force multiplier that enhances all airborne, surface and ground-based assets in the battlespace. So, why is the F-35 considered a failure? According to congressional auditors, a shortage of spare engines may leave some F-35 grounded because it's taking longer than planned to repair a key component for the U.S. costliest warplane. Inadequate maintenance depot capacity leading to a shortage of operating engines have grounded F-35 more often and for longer periods than expected. The Government Accountability Office said that much of the issue stems from the Pentagon's failure to develop an adequate strategy for sustaining the engine, including providing sufficient depot repair capability as production continues. Engines for the plane that Lockheed Martin Corporation builds are provided by Raytheon Technologies Corporation Pratt & Whitney unit. So far, 820 F-35 have been delivered worldwide out of a potential 3,000 for the U.S. and partner nations. After years of talks, the Pentagon announced Monday evening that it reached a preliminary agreement with Lockheed Martin on the next 3-year contract for 375 more advanced fighters. The Lockheed Martin said that it expects to reach a final agreement on the F-35 contract in the third quarter. The number one U.S. defense contractor cut its earnings forecast and trimmed its near-term F-35 plan. The Government Accountability Office report expands on the agency's public testimony to a House panel in April. Its warning of the need to stem a current, possibly growing, shortage of ready engines contrasts with the positive publicity that the F-35 is receiving as it flies patrols over Eastern Europe. The engine repair issue and its ramifications for readiness are a case study of why the Pentagon is struggling to reduce the estimated $1.3 trillion cost to operate and sustain the planes over a 66-year projected lifespan. The Government Accountability Office said that engine sustainment costs are already projected to hit $1 billion annually by 2028, up from $315 million last year as aircraft quantities, flying hours and scheduled maintenance increase. Since the beginning of 2020, an increasing number of F-35 aircraft have not been able to fly due to the lack of an operating engine, the auditors said. The largest F-35 customer, with 348 planned 1,763 planes in its inventory. The 2,456 planes projected for the U.S. also include Marine Corps and Navy versions. For example, in August 2021, the Air Force had 35 aircraft unable to fly because they didn't have an operating engine, according to service officials. It had taken delivery of about 283 by then. In February, the latest data period cited, about 36 jets had no engines. The major impediment is repaired to the power module, one of 5 in the engine, which is designated F-135, that's key to generating thrust. It's taking longer to repair, and the Pentagon lacks enough spare engines. The Defense Department's F-35 program office is aware of the challenge the program faces related to engine sustainment and agreed with the Government Accountability Office recommendation that it needs to continue to review and revise support strategy for the engine. Lieutenant General Mike Schmidt, the F-35 program manager, said in a statement. The engine removals aren't the result of defective, flawed or substandard material, the F-35 program office said in a statement earlier this year. One major cause, a coating on the engine's high-pressure turbine blades has been degrading faster than anticipated as it flew in sandy environments. Since the fall of 2020, the F-35 Joint Program Office and Pratt & Whitney have taken actions and have plans to take additional actions to increase depot repair capacity to meet current and future engine maintenance needs, and these efforts have begun to improve depot capacity and resulted in improved projections of engine availability. All new engines and those fixed in depots have blades with a fresh coating that has demonstrated greatly increased performance, the program office said. Still, significant risks remain that will require Department of Defense and Pratt & Whitney sustained management attention. The two sides have disagreed since at least 2019 over how much money is needed for spare parts funds to repair engine modules, for example. Pratt & Whitney stated the difference was over $400 million and that it will negatively affect the program. In contrast, the Pentagon F-35 program office stated that this gap was about $170 million. Schmidt, the program manager, said his office has also agreed with the Government Accountability Office recommendation that it should develop with Pratt & Whitney a standard model for forecasting spare parts needs. Raytheon stated that the challenges are well understood, with comprehensive action plans in place that are yielding positive results. Jen Lacka said, "As we reflect upon the past 2 years, it is clear that F-135 sustainment has turned the corner.